Okay, sige ano. So, good day everyone. So, ang ating topic for this video is analysis of business transaction. Okay? Sige. So, in every transaction, there is value received and a value parted with, no? So, sa kada transaction, ano ba yung mga example ng transaction? Sa business, yung mga transaction typically you buy or nag ano ka bumili, so transaction yon, di ba? Or nagbenta, di ba? Buy and sell, transaction din yon, yung nagbenta, so typically buying and selling yung transaction sa isang business, so in every transaction there is value received and a value parted with. Diba, kapag bumibili ka, meron kang nare-receive, meron ka ring ibinibigay or value parted with. Siyempre, ganun din kapag nagtitinda ka or nagsisell ka, meron kang nare-receive, meron kang natatanggap, at meron ka ding naibibigay or value parted with. So, ano yung tawag sa value na natanggap natin? So, we call the value received as debit. Okay? So, ano naman yung tawag sa value na ibinigay natin? So, we call the value parted with as credit. Okay? So, again, what is the value received? Debit. Ano ang tawag sa value parted with or naibigay mo? That is credit. Okay? Yan. So, next. If I'll give you an eraser and you will give me a piece of chalk in return as an exchange, can you determine the value received and the value parted with? Dito transaction ito kasi nagkaroon ng exchange ng eraser at saka chalk, no? So in this specific transaction, alin dyan yung na-receive mo, ba? Or na-receive ko? If I'll give you an eraser and you will, yan, binigyan daw tayo ng eraser. So therefore, yung na-receive natin ay eraser, no? So yung value received ay eraser. Ano man yung ibinigay natin, 'di ba? Piece of chalk. So ibig sabihin, yung value parted with ay piece of chalk. So ano yung value received? Eraser. Ano yung value parted with sa transaction na ito? Chalk. So therefore, pwede din natin sabihin yung debit ay eraser kasi yun yung value received, no? Tsaka pwede din natin sabihin na yung chalk siya yung credit kasi siya yung value parted with or ibinigay natin. Okay? Sige nga. If your answer is the value received is an eraser and the value parted with is a piece of chalk, you have answered correctly. You will then say debit, eraser, credit, piece of chalk. Okay? So, I hope naintindihan, So, punta tayo sa ikalawang illustration, no? So, dito, pwede mong i-pause muna yung video pag mag-a-answer ka, no? Para ikaw muna yung mag-answer bago ma-reveal yung correct answer. Okay? Sige. If I'll give you a ball pen and you will give me a piece of paper in return as exchange, can you determine the value received and the value parted with? What is the debit and credit? So dito ano yung na-receive natin? 'Di ba? Ball pen. So ibig sabihin yung value received ay ball pen. Ano yung binigay natin? Piece of paper. So, ibig sabihin, yung value parted with sa transaction na ito ay piece of paper. So, what is the debit and credit? So, yung debit ay ball pen kasi siya yung value received. Yung credit naman ay piece of paper kasi siya yung value na ibinigay. Okay? Yan. Value received, ballpen. Value parted with, piece of paper. Debit, ballpen. Credit, piece of paper. Okay. Sige. In every transaction, the elements of the financial statements may change. So, naalala po ba natin kung ano yung mga elements of the financial statements? Ito ay ang assets, liabilities, equity, revenues, and expenses. Okay? So, sa kada transaction, itong assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expenses may change or increase or decrease. For example, if you buy a computer with cash, what do you think increased and decreased? So dito bumili tayo. Ano yung binili natin? If you buy a computer, ibig sabihin bumili tayo ng computer. So therefore, anong element ng financial statement yung nag-change? Kasi bumili tayo ng computer, ibig sabihin nadagdagan tayo ng computer. So magi-increase yung computer natin kasi bumili nga na tayo So ano yung magi-increase sa elements of the financial statement? 'Di ba yung computer asset 'yon? So therefore, in this transaction, magi-increase yung asset natin in the form of computer. Okay? So ano pa? So sabi kasi in every transaction, there is value received and value parted with. Dito yung na-receive natin ay computer. Siyempre, meron din tayong value na ibibigay. So ano yun? Cash. Okay? So anong mangyayari sa cash? Di ba magdi-decrease? Kasi nga ibinayad mo nga So ibig sabihin yung cash ay magdi-decrease. So our asset will decrease in the form of cash. Okay? So in this transaction, our asset will increase in the form of computer and our asset will also decrease in the form of cash. Okay? Yan. So punta tayo sa ikalawang illustration. If you buy a computer on account, what do you think increased and decreased? So dito, bumili din tayo ng computer, no? So kung bumili tayo ng computer, edi madadagdagan tayo ng computer. So therefore, magi-increase yung computer natin or magi-increase yung asset natin in the form of computer. Okay? So yun yung value received. Okay? Increase yung asset, 'di ba? Kasi increase yung computer tanong, meron ba tayong ibinigay na cash dito? Sabi sa statement, if you buy a computer on account, ibig sabihin, bumili ka ng computer pero inutang mo siya. Hindi ka nagbayad ng cash. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng on account. Okay? So, magdi-decrease ba yung cash mo? Hindi. Ano yung magi-increase sa'yo dito? Ano yung value parted with mo? Ano yung ibinigay mo? 'Di ba ibinigay mo yung salita mo, nababayaran mo siya, 'di ba? Kasi pag nangutang ka, ibinibigay mo yung salita mo, nababayaran mo yung pinagkakautangan mo. Therefore, liabilities yung magi-increase dito, utang, 'di ba? So dito sa transaction na ito, magi-increase yung asset in the form of computer, magi-increase din yung liability kasi nangutang tayo in the form of accounts payable. Okay? Sige. Yan. If you buy a computer with cash, your computer, which is an asset, will increase and your cash, which is also an asset, will decrease. So ito yung first example. If you buy a computer on account, your computer, which is an asset, will increase and your accounts payable, which is a liability, will increase. Sa second transaction, nag-increase yung asset, nag-increase din yung liability. The point here is that in every transaction, your assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expenses may increase or decrease. Okay? Ayan. So, dito naman tayo, So, kailangan memorize natin ito kasi napaka-importante. Normal balances and the rules of debit and credit. Okay, kailangan i-memorize ito guys, ha? Yan. Sige, paano ba ang pagbasa nito? Let's start with asset. Okay? Yung normal balance ni asset ay debit. Okay? Debit yon. Kapag gusto nating i-increase yung asset, kailangan i-debit natin yung asset. Kung gusto din naman nating i-decrease yung asset, i-credit naman natin. Okay? So, pagdating sa liabilities, yung normal balance niya ay credit. So, kung gusto nating i-increase yung liabilities, kailangan i-credit natin siya. Kasi credit yung normal balance niya eh. So, kung gusto nating i-increase, i-credit natin siya. Kung gusto naman nating i-decrease yung liabilities, i-debit natin siya, which is yung opposite ng normal balance ni liability. Ano ba yung opposite ng normal balance ni liability? 'Di ba yung normal balance ni liability ay credit? So yung opposite niyon ay debit. Kaya kung gusto nating i-decrease yung liability, i-debit natin siya, which is the opposite of the normal balance, which is credit, 'di ba? So ano ba yung opposite ng debit? Di ba credit? Ano ba yung opposite ng credit? Di ba debit? Okay? So punta naman tayo sa equity. Yung normal balance ng equity ay credit. Okay? So kung gusto natin siyang i-increase, kung ano yung normal balance na, yun yung gagawin natin. I-credit natin siya. Okay? Kung gusto nating i-increase yung equity. Ganon din, kung gusto nating i-decrease yung equity, i-debit natin siya. Okay? Kabaliktaran ng normal balance. Drawing. So yung drawing, normal balance niyan ay debit. To increase is to debit, to decrease is to credit. Revenue, normal balance is credit, to increase is credit, to decrease ay debit. Expenses, normal balance debit, to increase debit, to decrease credit. So mas maiintindihan natin ito siya kapag i-apply natin sa transaction. But for now, I want you to memorize this. Napaka-importante kasi nito. Kasi gamit ito sa journalizing, okay, sa pag-analyze. Ito yung mga rules. Ito yung rules na gagamitin natin sa pag-analyze ng debit at saka credit sa transaction. Okay? So, kailangan memorize mo yung normal balance para kapag i-increase mo, alam mo kung anong gagawin. 'Di ba? Kung ano yung normal balance, yun yung gagawin mo. Okay? Kung gusto mong i-decrease, yung kabaliktaran ng normal balance. Okay? So, kapag i-memorize nyo pwede nyo i-pause yung video. Okay? So, pag asset, debit, liabilities, credit, equity, credit, yung normal balance, drawing, debit, yung normal balance, revenue, credit, yung normal balance, expenses, debit, yung normal balance. Okay? Sige, magka-question ako. What is the normal balance of equity? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10. So, the normal balance of equity ay credit. Okay? Sige. If you want to increase revenue, what will you do? Debit or credit? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So, ano yung answer nyo? To increase revenue, we should credit it. Okay? Sige, next. Anong gagawin natin if we want to decrease liabilities? Decrease liabilities. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Decrease liabilities. So, ang gagawin natin ay debit. Okay? Kabaliktaran ng normal balance na credit. Next question. What is the... kung gusto nating i-increase yung asset, anong gagawin natin? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10. So, if we want to increase asset, ang gagawin natin ay debit. Kasi yung normal balance ng asset ay debit. Okay, last question. If we want to increase liabilities, anong gagawin? Okay, so if we want to increase liability, kasi yung liability, yung normal balance niya ay credit, so therefore, kung gusto nating i-increase yung liability, kailangan natin siyang i-credit. Okay? Sige. Normal balances. Yan. So, yung mga debit ay asset, expenses, and drawing. Yung normal balances ng credit, liabilities, equity, income, or revenue. No? So, pag tanungin kayo, ano yung normal balance ng equity? Credit yon. What is the normal balance of drawing? Debit. What is the normal balance of expenses? Debit. Okay? So, ganito siya, ano? So, tatlo yung elements of the financial statement na nandoon sa debit, tatlo din yung nandoon sa credit. Okay? Sige. Para mas madaling ma-absorb, ano. Okay. Ayan, tanong. Cash. What element of financial statements? Okay, sige, kayo muna, answer kayo. Ano siya? Asset, liabilities, equity, drawing, revenue, or expenses. Okay. Yung cash, asset yon. Current asset nga yun, di ba? So, ano yung normal balance ng cash? Yung normal balance ng cash ay debit. Debit kasi asset nga siya eh, di ba? Yung asset, yung normal balance ay debit. So, therefore, yung cash, yung normal balance niya ay debit. So, if increase, debit or credit, so kung gusto nating i-increase yung cash sa records natin, ide-debit natin siya. Ano? Kasi punta tayo ulit dito sa slide. Wait lang. Hindi na bumabalik. Hindi na bumabalik. Sige, okay. Hindi na bumabalik eh. Sige. So, basta asset, yung normal balance nun ay debit. So, kung gusto nating i-increase, gawin lang natin kung ano yung normal balance, which is, ide-debit natin yung cash. If decrease, anong gagawin sa cash? Debit or credit? So, kung gusto nating i-decrease yung cash, i-credit natin siya. I-credit natin siya. Okay, kasi yun yung rule eh. Kung ano yung kabaliktaran ng normal balance, yun yung gagawin mo kung gusto mong i-decrease. Kunwari, yung cash, yung normal balance niya ay debit. So, kung i-decrease mo siya, kabaliktaran ng normal balance, i-credit mo. Okay? So, I hope na iintindihan. Pwede naman balik-balikin yung video. Kung hindi na-catch, pwede naman balik-balikin. Okay? Okay, next. Yan, accounts receivable. So, ano yung accounts receivable? So, accounts receivable, asset, liability, equity, revenue, or expenses. Accounts receivable is an asset. So, what is the normal balance of accounts receivable? Debit, no? Kasi yung asset, debit yun. So, yung accounts receivable, yung normal balance din niya ay debit. So, kung gusto nating i-increase yung accounts receivable, anong gagawin? Debit or credit? So, tanungin mo, ano yung normal balance? Debit, yung normal balance ng accounts receivable. So, therefore, kung gusto mong i-increase yung accounts receivable, ide-debit mo siya. Okay? Kung gusto mo din i-decrease yung accounts receivable, i-credit mo siya. Okay? Next. Ayan, may ano na, may answer na. So, what element of financial statements? Asset. What is the normal balance? Debit. If gustong i-increase natin yung accounts receivable sa mga records natin, debit. Kung gusto nating i-decrease, credit. Okay? Accounts payable. Sige. What element of financial statement sa tingin nyo? Okay, element of financial statement ay liability. Okay? Kung liability yan, what is the normal balance? So the normal balance of liability is credit. So therefore, accounts payable, yung normal balance niyan ay credit. Okay? So kung gusto nating i-increase, debit or credit? Ayan, tama ka kung yung answer mo ay credit. Okay? If you want to decrease accounts payable on your records, anong gagawin? I-debit or i-credit? Sige, answer. Ayan. We debit. Okay? I-debit natin. Ayan. How about notes payable? Ayan. What element of financial statements? What element of financial statements? Liability. What is the normal balance? Anong normal balance ng liability? Credit. So therefore, notes payable, yung normal balance niyan ay credit. If you want to increase, iki-credit. If you want to decrease, i-debit. Okay? Ayan. So notes payable, element of financial statements, liability. What is the normal balance? Credit. If you want to increase, kung ano yung normal balance, yun yung gagawin natin. Iki-credit natin siya, no? Yan. Okay? Sige, if you want to decrease, i-debit natin siya, which is kabaliktaran ng normal balance na credit. Okay? Sige, next. Yan, Pablo Capital. So, yung Pablo Capital na account title, ano yun? What element of financial statements? Ano siya? Asset, liability, owner's equity, revenue, expenses, or drawing. So, ano siya? So, yung element niya ay equity or owner's equity. Okay? Owner's equity. What is the normal balance? Anong normal balance ng equity? Kung naaalala, that is credit. Okay? Credit yung normal balance. If you want to increase the Pablo capital, yung capital ni Pablo, anong gagawin? Debit or credit? Kung ano yung normal balance. Since yung normal balance niya ay credit, iki-credit natin siya. Okay? If you want to decrease Pablo capital, yung kabaliktaran ng normal balance. Anong kabaliktaran ng normal balance? Kung credit ang normal balance, i-debit natin siya. Okay? Sige, tingnan natin kung tama ba. Yan. So, Pablo capital, element of financial statement, equity, normal balance, credit. If you want to increase, that is credit. If you want to decrease, that is debit. Next, service income. Ay, may answer na nga da, Yan. So, ano ang element ng financial statement? Yung service income, di ba? Income or expenses. Okay. So, ano yung normal balance ng income or service income, di ba? Di ba credit 'yon kung naaalala natin, Kasi kailangan i-memorize yung rules of debit and credit, Ano yung kapag i-increase natin yung service income, anong gagawin? So, kung ano yung normal balance, yun yung gagawin natin sa service income. Iki-credit natin para mag-increase. Para mag-increase. Ano ba yan? Bakit X? Yan. If you want to decrease, actually plus ito. Plus yan. If you want to increase service income, i-credit natin. What if you want to decrease? Yung service income natin, kailangan kung ano yung kabaliktaran ng normal balance. Since yung normal balance niya ay credit, yung kabaliktaran niyan ay debit. So, ide-debit natin yung service income para mabawasan siya. Okay? Sige. I hope nakaka-follow, Next. Salaries expense. Salaries expense. What element of financial statements? Expense. Yan. Ano ang normal balance ng expense? Debit, di ba? Kung gusto nating i-increase yung salaries expense, anong gagawin natin sa kanya? Ide-debit. Sir, bakit po ide-debit? Kasi yun yung normal balance. Okay? If we want to decrease salaries expense, what will we do? Debit or credit? The answer is iki-credit. Sir, bakit iki-credit yung salaries expense? Kasi yung normal balance niya ay debit. Kung gusto nating bawasan, yung kabaliktaran ng normal balance yung gagawin natin. Iki-credit natin siya. Okay? Sige. Next. Ayan, ito na. Transaction na tayo, ano? Dito i-analyze na natin siya. Okay, yung transaction. I-apply na natin yung rules of debit and credit. Okay? Sige. Transaction 1. Bought a delivery car for cash. So, yung delivery car, yung account title niyan ay delivery equipment. So, bumili tayo ng delivery car sa pamamagitan ng cash, pagbayad ng cash, 600,000. Ano? So, what is the value received? Kapag bumili tayo ng car, ano yung ma-receive natin? Di yung car. Kaya value received ay delivery car or delivery equipment. Delivery equipment na lang kasi yun yung account title. Okay? So, value received is delivery equipment. Ano yung value parted with? Ano yung binigay natin? Di cash. No? Cash yung ibinigay natin. Okay? Di yun yung value parted with. So, yung debit dyan, which is the value received, yun yung delivery car. Okay? Yung credit dyan, which is the value parted with, yun yung credit. Okay? Okay? Sige. Next question. What is the journal entry? Okay. Ito na, ipapakilala na natin yung journal entry. Yung journal entry, debit, delivery car, 600,000, credit, cash, 600,000. So, ano ba ang itsura ng, ng journal entry? So, ito siya. Ayan. Bakit ba kasi may video ko dyan sa ilalim, Ayan. So, value received ay, ayan. Value received ay delivery car. Okay? So, kung value received yan, di ba yung value received, siya rin yung debit. Okay? Value parted with, di ba yung value parted with, siya yung credit. So, value parted with or credit is cash. Okay? So, debit, yung debit, delivery car, credit ay cash. Okay? So, kung i-check natin, yan, delivery car, ano yun? Di ba asset yun? Asset. Anong nangyari sa delivery car? Di ba bumili tayo, so therefore nag-increase yung delivery car natin, kung nag-increase yun yung asset, anong gagawin? Ano yung rules of debit and credit kapag yung asset ay i-increase? Ide-debit. Okay, ide-debit yon. Okay, next item, yung cash. Ano yung cash? Ano yung element ng financial statement ng cash? Di ba asset? Anong nangyari sa cash? Nag-decrease po. Bakit po nag-decrease? Kasi po ibinigay natin binayad natin So therefore, magdi-decrease talaga yung cash natin. Anong gagawin natin kapag yung asset nag-decrease? Ide-debit o iki-credit? Iki-credit, no? Iki-credit 'yon. Okay? So ito na yung journal entry. Sa journal entry, meron tayong particulars, meron tayong column para sa debit, meron din tayong column para sa credit. Okay? Yan. So, yung debit, ito siya. Yung pinakauna, ito yung debit. Okay? Debit po yan. Yung credit, ito naman na pangalawang row. Row ang tawag dito eh. Tapos, kapag credit, dapat may indent siya. May indent, okay? So, may space dyan para masabi na credit siya. Okay? Sige. So, yung debit, delivery equipment, ito yung nasa ibabaw. Yung credit, cash, yung nasa ilalim. Tapos, para masabi na credit siya, kailangan may indent. Okay? May space. So, yung amount naman, ilalagay natin dito sa debit. Okay? So, delivery equipment, debit, 600,000. Tapos, cash, credit kasi siya, ilalagay mo sa credit, 600,000. Okay? So, ganyan yung pag-record sa journal entry, So, na-analyze natin. Yung ibig sabihin ng pag-analyze, guys, dinedetermine natin kung ano yung element ng financial statement yung naapektuhan. Tapos, dinedetermine natin kung debit or credit ba yung yung element ng financial statement, Kunwari, yung element ng financial statement na naapektuhan ay asset, delivery equipment. So, kailangan alamin din natin kung ano siya, kung debit or credit para ma-journalize natin. Okay? So, next transaction. Yan. Transaction 2. Sold an old computer, office equipment for cash, 20,000. Okay? So, dito, ano yung value received? Value received dito ay office equipment or cash? Alin dyan yung value received? Sold an old office equipment for cash. Ano yung nagbenta tayo dito eh kasi sold eh, di ba? So kapag nagbenta tayo ng office equipment, ano yung mare-receive natin? Office equipment or cash? Yung mare-receive natin kasi nagtinda tayo, cash, So therefore, our debit is cash. Okay? Ano naman yung value parted with natin kasi nagbenta tayo, ibibigay natin yung ibinenta natin, which is the office equipment or the old computer, So yung credit natin ay office equipment. Okay? To check, 'di ba, yung debit natin cash, Ito yung debit. Tapos ito din naman yung credit, office equipment, So question, yung cash, 'di ba, na-receive natin 'yan. So increase 'yan. If you want to increase cash, ano 'yun? Debit or credit? Debit, Office equipment, ano yung element ng financial statement, 'di ba? Asset. Ano yung normal balance ng asset? Debit. So kung gusto nating i-decrease yung office equipment kasi ibinenta natin siya, anong gagawin natin? Debit or credit? So credit, kung gusto nating i-decrease yung asset in the form of office equipment. So ganito yung magiging journal entry. Okay? So yung journal entry niya, so again, this is the debit, cash, 20,000, 20,000, at saka credit, office equipment, Siyempre, ilalagay din natin dito yung 20,000 na amount. Okay? Sige. Ano yung cash? Asset po yung cash. Nag-increase yung cash. Kung gusto nating i-increase yung cash, anong gagawin natin? I-debit. Okay? Kaya, cash, debit. Okay? Computer, asset yon, Computer is an asset. Ibinenta natin, so nag-decrease. So anong gagawin natin kung mag-decrease yung asset? 'Di ba? I-credit. So kaya credit, office equipment. Okay? So, 20,000. So, guys, kailangan balanse palagi yung debit at saka credit. Hindi pwede na hindi yan balanse. Kapag hindi yan balanse, edi mali yung ano mo, journal entry. Okay? Sige. Next. Transaction 3. Bought laundry supplies on credit from SM City Davao. 35,000 pesos. So, anong nangyari dito sa transaction 3? Bumili daw tayo ng laundry supplies on credit. Pag sinabing on credit, kapareho siya ng on account. Okay? Kapareho siya ng on account. Ibig sabihin, bumili tayo ng pero utang. Okay? Bumili tayo ng laundry supplies pero utang. Okay? So, punta tayo sa guide question. What is the value received? Yan. Kung bumili tayo ng laundry supplies, edi yung na-receive natin ay laundry supplies. What is the value parted with? Ano yung ibinigay natin? Nagbigay ba tayo ng cash? Hindi. Yung ibinigay natin ay ang salita natin, na babayaran natin sila. Okay, so that is liability, in the form of accounts payable. Okay, yan. So, ano yung debit? The debit is laundry supplies, which is the value received. Yung credit naman ay yung accounts payable, kasi utang, di ba? So, ano yung journal entry dyan? So, journal entry, debit, laundry, supplies. So, ilalagay nito natin yung amount sa debit. Credit, accounts payable. Do not forget, guys, kapag credit yan, dapat may space dito. May indent. Okay? May indent dyan. So, ilalagay natin yung amount sa credit. Siyempre, kasi credit siya eh. So, i-check natin. Check natin kung tama ba yung natin, journal entry. Okay? Yung laundry supplies, anong element ng financial statement yun? Diba asset? Yung asset, kapag gusto mong i-increase, kasi bumili ka kaya mag-i-increase yun. Yung laundry supplies, kapag bumili ka, mag-i-increase. Kapag gusto mong i-increase yung laundry supplies, definitely, i-debit mo yun. Okay? Accounts payable. Anong ito? Anong element ng financial statements? Diba, liability yan. Anong mangyayari dito? Kasi sa transaction daw, nangutang tayo Kung nangutang tayo, mag-i-increase yung liability natin. So, kapag mag-increase yung liability natin, i-credit siya. So, tama, So, debit, laundry supplies, debit, laundry supplies, credit ay accounts payable. Okay? Sige, next. Transaction 4. Paid our account with SM Davao, 35,000. So, dito, anong nangyari? Paid our account. So, ibig sabihin ng paid our account ay nagbayad tayo ng utang. Nagbayad tayo ng utang dyan. Okay? Yan. Sige, kung nagbayad tayo ng utang, anong mangyayari? Ano yung na-receive natin? Yung na-receive natin, yung inutang natin di ba? Yung na-receive natin. So, debit ay accounts payable. Ano yung value parted with? Value parted with ay cash. Kasi, nagbayad tayo ng cash So, yung debit, so yung credit natin ay cash. Okay? Cash yung credit natin kasi nagbayad tayo ng utang. So, bakit tayo nagbayad ng cash? Kasi nga, nagbayad tayo ng utang. So, therefore, yung debit natin ay accounts payable. Okay, so paano yung journal entry nito kapag tayo ay nagbayad ng utang? So, yung journal entry, sine. So, debit, accounts payable, 35,000, tapos cash, credit, 35,000. Alam nyo ano, kung hindi kayo sure sa debit or sa credit, yung isang technique dyan, yung debit, siya yung explanation kung bakit may credit. Or yung credit, siya yung explanation kung bakit may debit. For example, dito kasi yung value received parang mahirap siya maintindihan. Ano yun? Na-receive ko yung accounts payable. Pwede ba yun? Ma-receive ko yung utang ko? Pwede yun, Ibig sabihin, binabalik sa'yo yung pagkakautang mo. Ibig sabihin, nababawasan na yung pagkakautang mo, Kasi nagbayad ka nga eh. Pero para mas maintindihan, ganito. Alamin mo kung nagbayad ka ng utang, syempre alam na alam natin yung value parted with natin dyan ay yung cash. Okay? 'Di ba? Nagbayad tayo ng cash, ibig sabihin credit 'yon. Okay? Bakit tayo nag-credit ng cash? Bakit tayo nagbawas ng cash, nabawasan ng cash? Kasi nagbayad tayo ng utang. 'Yun yung debit, So therefore, yung explanation kung bakit nag-credit tayo ng cash, kung bakit tayo nag-credit ng cash, kasi nagbayad tayo ng accounts payable, itong debit. Okay? I hope na iintindihan. Next. Para i-check natin, accounts payable. Kasi naapektuhan ito eh. Accounts payable, anong element ng financial statement yan? 'Di ba liability? Kapag nagbayad ka ng accounts payable, ano yun? Mag-i-increase or magdi-decrease? Siyempre magdi-decrease, nagbayad ka nga eh. So kapag gusto mong i-decrease ang records mo ng accounts payable, anong gagawin mo? Ide-debit mo or i-credit mo? Ide-debit mo. Okay, ide-debit. Cash. Ano yung cash? Anong element ng financial statement? 'Di ba asset? Anong nangyari sa cash? Nagbayad tayo, ibig sabihin magdi-decrease 'yon. Okay? Magdi-decrease. So therefore, kapag i-decrease natin yung cash, anong gagawin? I-credit. Okay? So credit nga ang cash dito. Okay? Sige. Next. Ayan, transaction 5. Bought an office table. So yung office table, yung account title niyan ay office furniture and fixture. Okay? Sige. On account. Bought an office table, office furniture and fixture on account from MCOR. 25,000 pesos and promissory note was issued. Okay, so anong nangyari dito? So in transaction 5, bumili tayo ng office table. Ano ba yung office table? Yung account title niyan ay office furniture and fixture. Okay, bumili tayo. Anong ginawa? Nagbayad ba tayo ng cash? Hindi. Ang ginawa natin, nag-issue tayo or nagbigay tayo ng promissory note. So therefore, ano yung value received dito? What is the value received? Di ba yung office furniture and fixture? Kasi nga, bumili tayo eh. Di ba? So therefore, na-receive natin yan. Ano yung value parted with? Ano yung ibinigay natin in return or kapalit ng office furniture and fixture? Cash ba? Hindi. Yung ibinigay natin ay promissory note. So, value parted with ay promissory note. Okay? So, what is the journal entry? Yung journal entry natin dyan ay debit, office furniture and fixture, credit, promissory note. Magkano? 25,000. Okay? Ayan. So, ito yung output natin yung journal entry, Journal entry. So ito yung gagawin natin, guys. This is the first step in the accounting process, journalizing, no? So debit natin office furniture and fixture kasi nga ano siya value received, no? So 25,000 pesos. Yung credit naman natin ay notes payable kasi nag-issue tayo ng promissory note. So 25,000 pesos. Okay? So tama ba itong journal entry natin? I-check natin ano. Office table. Ano yung office table? Asset. Yung asset, kasi yung office table kasi binili natin. So therefore, mag-i-increase yon in this transaction. Ano? Binili nga natin. Alam ka naman lang, bumili tayo tapos nag-decrease. Wala sa logic yun. Ano? So kapag bumili tayo, definitely mag-i-increase yung office table natin. Kaya kapag gusto nating i-increase yung office table natin uh, sa ating records, ide-debit natin. Okay? Kaya debit siya. Yan o. Debit. Debit siya. Okay? Debit. Notes payable. Ano yung notes payable? Liability po ang accounts payable. Anong nangyari sa notes payable natin? Since nangutang tayo, syempre mag-i-increase yon yung liability natin. Ano? Hindi naman pag nangutang ka, magi-increase ba or magi-increase yung utang mo? Syempre magi-increase yung utang mo, nangutang ka nga 'di ba? If you want to increase notes payable in your records, anong gagawin? Debit or credit? Iki-credit. Okay? Sige. Siguro dyan lang muna we will continue our discussion sa next video na. Okay? Sige. Para hindi masyado humaba yung video. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so punta naman tayo sa transaction 6. So what happened to transaction 6? Paid our account with MCOR 25,000 and get back the promissory note we issued. So dito sa transaction 6, binayaran natin yung utang natin. 'Di ba? Sa transaction 5 yata 'yon, nangutang tayo we issue a promissory note. So dito naman sa transaction 6, yung ginawa natin, nagbayad tayo ng utang. Okay? Kasi paid our account with MCOR 25,000. Nagbayad tayo ng utang natin sa MCOR 25,000. At nung nabayaran na natin yung utang natin, we get back. Ibig sabihin, naibalik sa atin yung promissory note na binigay natin. Okay. So what is the value received in this transaction? That would be the promissory note. Kasi na-get back nga nabalik nga sa atin nung binayaran natin siya di ba? Nung nabayaran natin si MCOR, naibalik sa atin yung promissory note. Kung naibalik sa atin yung promissory note, ibig sabihin, value received yon. Okay? So, value received ay notes payable. What is our value parted with? Kapag nagbabayad ba tayo ng utang, ano yung binibigay natin? Di cash. So, yung ating debit ay promissory note, yung credit natin ay cash. So, kung atin siyang i-journal entry, ganito yung magiging itsura. Okay? So, ito So, notes payable, debit, 25,000 pesos. So, credit, cash. Paano again yun? Paano masasabi na credit siya kapag may space or may indention? Okay? Pag may indention. So, credit cash, 25,000. So, tama ba itong ginawa nating entry? So, i-check natin. Notes payable. Ano yung notes payable? Liability. So, sa transaction na ito, anong nangyari sa notes payable natin? Nag-decrease po. Bakit nag-decrease? Kasi nagbayad tayo So, magbabawas or magdi-decrease yung notes payable natin. And if we want to decrease notes payable, ano yung gagawin natin? Ide-debit natin siya. Kaya tama, debit notes payable. Yung cash, ano yung cash? Cash is an asset. Sa transaction na ito, anong nangyari sa cash natin? Nagbayad po tayo. Kapag nagbayad tayo, yung cash natin ay magdi-decrease. And if you want to decrease cash, ano yung rules of debit and credit? Iki-credit natin siya. Okay? Iki-credit natin. Sige, next. Transaction 7. Receive cash 15,000 for service rendered to a customer. Okay? So, ano yung value received daw? Value received, ito na nga cash yung value received. Ano yung value parted with natin? Ano yung ibinigay natin? Yung ibinigay po natin ay yung services. Okay? So, yung binigay natin ay services. Okay? Ano yung debit? Debit cash, credit, service, income. Yun yung magiging journal entry natin. Okay? Yan. So, debit, cash, palaging tandaan yung first row, yun yung debit. Yung pangalawa, credit siya provided may space. So kapag wala yang space, hindi yan credit, debit pa rin yan, okay? So our debit, cash, credit, service, income. Yung amount is ito na, 15,000 para sa debit, 15,000 para sa credit. Okay? Sige. Yan. So, tama ba itong journal entry natin? So, let us check. Let us check. Yung cash. Ano yung cash? Di ba asset yung cash? Asset yon. So, in this transaction, what happened to cash? Naka-receive po tayo ng cash. Kung naka-receive ng cash, mag-i-increase yon. Kapag gusto nating i-increase or dagdagan yung cash na atin sa ating mga records, anong gagawin natin? I-debit natin yung cash. Okay? Next, service income. Yung service income, anong element ng financial statements? Income or revenue, di ba? So in this transaction, anong nangyari sa service income natin? Nag-render tayo ng service. Ibig sabihin, mag-i-increase yung service income natin. Kasi na-earn natin ito Nagbigay tayo ng serbisyo natin kaya increase. So according to the rules of debit and credit, kapag an income ay mag-increase, anong gagawin natin? I-credit po. So tama Cash, debit, service income, credit. Okay? Next. Transaction 8. So, rendered services to a customer, 12,000. The customer made an oral promise to pay. Okay. Anong nangyari dito? So, dito, nagbigay tayo ng services sa customer. We rendered services to a customer. Nag-effort tayo. Okay? Nag-service tayo sa customer. Pero question, meron ba tayong na-receive na cash? Wala. Kasi the customer made an oral promise to pay. Guys, natatandaan nyo ba? Kapag oral promise to pay, ano yun? Accounts payable or notes payable? Accounts payable. Okay? So, question, what is the value received? Anong na-receive mo dito sa transaction? Yung na-receive lang natin dito ay customer's oral promise to pay. Okay? Yun yung na-receive natin. Ano yun naman yung value parted with? So, yung value parted with natin dito ay yung services na ibinigay natin sa customer in the form of service income. So, yung debit is accounts receivable, credit naman ay service income. So, paano magiging entry natin dito? Yan. So, ito na yung entry, accounts receivable, debit yan, 12,000, tapos credit. Yan. Credit is service income 12,000. Okay, ganyan yung magiging itsura. Yan yung gagawin natin. Okay? Yun yung journal entry na gagawin natin. So, tama ba yung journal entry natin? Let us check. Yung accounts receivable, ano ba yun? Ano yung accounts receivable? Di ba asset? Asset. Anong nangyari sa accounts receivable natin? So, in this case, yung customer naman yung nangutang sa atin. Ano? So, kung nangutang yung customer sa atin, mag-i-increase yung accounts receivable natin. Okay? According to the rules of debit and credit, kapag yung asset, yung accounts receivable, mag-i-increase mo, anong gagawin? Kailangan i-debit. Okay? Kaya debit talaga siya. Correct. Ano? Yung service income, ano yung element ng financial statement ng service income? 'Di ba? Income or revenue. Anong nangyari dito sa transaction na to? Nag-service tayo, kapag nag-service tayo sa customer, magi-increase talaga yung service income natin. And according to the rules of debit and credit, if you want to increase your income, kailangan i-credit natin siya. Okay? Kaya credit nga, service income credit 12,000. Next, transaction 9. Yan. Kanina nangutang yung customer sa atin Ngayon naman, collected the customer's account 12,000. Anong nangyari dito? Ibig sabihin, nagkolekta daw tayo ng utang ng customer sa atin. Equivalent to 12,000. Okay? So, what is the value received? Ano yung marireceive natin kapag magkolekta tayo ng utang ng customer? Di yung cash na 12,000. Ano? So, value received, cash. Ano yung value parted with natin? Yung value parted with natin, yung mababawas sa atin, yun yung ano? Ano yung mababawas sa atin? Kasi value parted with Ibig sabihin, kapag binigay mo, mababawas yun sa'yo. Mababawas yung utang ng customer sa atin. Ibig sabihin, yung value parted with natin ay accounts receivable. Okay? Mababawasan yun. Ganito. So, debit ay cash. Diba? Kasi naka-receive tayo ng cash Kaya, 12,000 ilalagay natin dyan. So, what is our credit? Our credit is accounts receivable. Ito yung nabawas sa atin, 'di ba? Kasi yan value parted with, nagbawas sa atin. So, credit ay 12,000 na accounts receivable. Wait lang, tama ba itong natin? Tama ba itong journal entry natin? Let us check O cash. Yung cash, anong klaseng yan? Anong klaseng element ng financial statements? Di ba asset? In this case, in this transaction, what happened to our cash? Nakapag-collect tayo Ibig sabihin, increase yon. And according to the rules of debit and credit, kapag yung cash or asset natin mag-increase, kailangan i-debit siya. So, I hope na kakaintindi guys. Nakaka-follow. So, next, accounts receivable. So, ano siya? Anong element ng financial statement? Asset po. So, dito, sa transaction na to, anong nangyari? Nag-increase or nag-decrease? So, ang nangyari, kasi nakakolekta tayo, ibig sabihin, mababawasan yung utang sa atin ng ating customer. Kaya, decrease. Okay? Kasi nakakolekta nga tayo Ibig sabihin, mababawasan yung utang nila sa atin. Kaya, decrease. If you want to decrease an asset, according to the rules of debit and credit, anong gagawin? I-credit. Okay, so that is why accounts receivable 12,000 credit. Okay, next. Dito anong nangyari? Rendered services to a customer 16,000 pesos. The customer give us his written promise to pay. Yan. So anong nangyari dito? What is the value received? What is the value received? Meron ba tayong na-receive dito na cash? Wala Ano lang yung binigay ni customer sa atin? The customer gave us written promise to pay. Kapag written promise to pay, ano yun? Accounts receivable or accounts notes receivable? Wala na. Yan. So, kapag written promise to pay, ibig sabihin may promissory note, ibig sabihin ano yan? Notes receivable. Yung na-receive natin sa customer sa pag-render ng service natin sa kanya is not cash but rather notes receivable pa lang. Hindi pa natin nakokolekta. What is the value parted with? Sa transaction na ito, ang ating value parted with, di yung effort natin, yung services natin sa customer. Diba, yun yung binigay natin sa customer, yung services. So, therefore, what is the debit? Debit is notes receivable, credit ay service income equal to 16,000 pesos. Tingnan natin. So, ito, so debit, notes receivable, 16,000 pesos. Credit, service income, 16,000 pesos. Okay? So, tignan natin kung tama yung natin. Kung tama yung ginawa nating entry. So, notes receivable. Yung notes receivable, anong element ng financial statement yon? 'Di ba? Asset siya. Asset yon, 'di ba? So, in this case, anong nangyari? In this transaction, nag-increase yung notes receivable natin kasi nga binigyan tayo ng customer ng ng written promise to pay. So nag-increase, nangutang kasi yung customer sa atin in the form of notes receivable. So kapag yung asset gusto nating i-increase, ano yung gagawin natin? According to the rules of debit and credit, we should debit notes receivable. Debit nga siya. Okay? Service income, what type of is this? What type of element of financial statement? 'Di ba? Income or expenses. In this case, anong nangyari sa ating service income? Nag-increase or nag-decrease? The answer is nag-increase kasi nag-effort nga tayo 'di ba? Nag-render tayo ng service, okay? So magi-increase yung income natin. Ibig sabihin, the more we give effort, the more na magi-increase yung income natin. So that is credit. So tama credit talaga siya dito. Okay? So next. Transaction 11. Okay. So kanina nangutang yung customer natin. Ngayon nagbayad na sila. Na-collect na natin yung promissory note So what is the value received? Kapag nagka-kolekta ka, yung value received mo dyan, definitely cash cash naman yung tinatanggap natin na pambayad sa utang, di ba? Generally. What is the value parted with? Ano yung nabawas sa atin? Yung nabawas sa atin, yung notes receivable natin. Kasi nga, nagbayad sila So, ibig sabihin, mababawas yun sa atin. Mababawas yung notes receivable natin. Kaya, debit, cash, credit, notes receivable. So, ganito yung magiging entry, Yan. So, debit, cash, credit, notes receivable. So, magkano? 16,000, 16,000. Question, tama ba yung ginawa natin? I-check natin. O, cash. Anong element ng financial statement yung cash? Asset po. In this transaction, what happened to our cash? Nag-increase or nag-decrease? Nakakolect po tayo. Ibig sabihin, mag-i-increase yung cash natin. So, kung gusto nating i-increase yung cash natin, anong gagawin natin sa kanya? According to the rules of debit and credit, i-debit natin siya. Okay? So, I hope kaya nating ma-apply na yung rules of debit and credit kasi hindi natin ma-apply yung rules of debit and credit kung in the first place hindi natin memorized So kailangan i-memorize natin yung table kanina. Okay? Sige, next. Notes receivable, what element of financial statement? Asset. So in this case, in this transaction, what happened to our notes receivable? O, nakakolekt tayo. Ibig sabihin, kapag nakakolekt tayo ng utang ng customer sa atin, mababawasan yung utang nila sa atin. So, therefore, mababawasan yung notes receivable. And according to the rules of debit and credit, kapag bawasan mo yung notes receivable or kapag bawasan mo yung asset, we should credit it. Okay? So, credit notes receivable. Okay? Sige, next. Transaction 12. Yan. Mr. Tyrone D. Gutierrez invest additional cash of 1 million in the business. So, what is the value received? Nag-invest daw sa negosyo si Mr. Tyrone. Ibig sabihin, makaka-receive ang business ng cash ng 1 million pesos. Actually guys, yung nire-record natin is transaction ni business, hindi transaction ni Mr. Tyrone. Yung na-receive ng business. Yung question dito, ano yung na-receive ng business? Hindi ano yung na-receive ni Mr. Tyrone. Si Mr. Tyrone, owner siya, hindi siya yung business. Magkaiba kasi yung business at saka yung owner. Mag-separate yon. Yung ina-analyze natin dito, hindi yung owner. Yung ina-analyze natin dito ay yung business. Okay? So, ano yung marireceive ng business kapag may mag-invest sa kanya? Cash. Ano yung ibibigay ng business? Interest. Bibigyan ng karapatan, bibigyan ng karapatan si Mr. Tyrone para sa mga asset ng business. Bibigyan ng karapatan si Mr. Tyrone ng residual interest sa business. Ano yun, yung residual interest? Di ba? Owner's equity. So, yung value parted with natin dito ay owner's equity. Okay, sige. Tingnan natin, guys. So, yung debit is cash. Kasi naka-receive nga ng cash yung business eh. Kasi, bakit? Bakit naka-receive ng cash si business? Kasi nag-invest si Gutierrez. Si Tyrone Gutierrez. So, yung account title natin dyan ay Gutierrez Capital. Magkano? 1 million. Okay. 1 million tapos 1 million. Tama ba yung nagawa nating Tama ba yung nagawa nating journal entry? Let us check yung cash. Naapektuhan 'yun, 'di ba, yung cash? What type of element of financial statement? Asset. Asset In this transaction, what happened to cash? Nag-increase or nag-decrease? May nagbigay daw ng ng investment sa business Ibig sabihin, increase. According to the rules of debit and credit, anong gagawin natin kapag gusto nating i-increase yung asset o yung cash? Ide-debit natin siya. Debit, So, debit, cash. Tama. Next. Gutierrez Capital. What element of financial statement is this? So, equity siya, Equity yun. So, what happened in this transaction? Yung puhunan, mag-i-increase or magdi-decrease? Nag-invest nga Ibig sabihin, mag-i-increase yung capital. Okay? So, according to the rules of debit and credit, if you want your equity to increase, i-credit natin siya. Naalala ba yung reason kung bakit i-credit yung owner's equity kapag nag-increase? 'Di ba? Yung equity, yung normal balance niya ay credit. Kaya kapag kailangan natin siyang i-increase, i-credit natin siya. Kung kabaliktaran, what if gusto nating i-decrease yung puhunan? Yung kabaliktaran ng normal balance, i-debit siya. Okay? Sige. Next. Transaction 13. Mr. Tyrone D. Gutierrez withdraws cash of 25,000 from the business for his personal use. Yan. For his personal use. So, anong gagawin dito? Ano yung value received natin dito? Actually, mahirap nating sabihin yung na-receive dito kasi wala naman talagang na-receive si business. Kung hindi klaro sa atin yung value received, punta tayo sa value parted with. Ano yung ibinigay ni business, ano? Yung binigay ni business ay cash, 25,000 kay Mr. Tyrone Gutierrez. So therefore, our credit is cash, 25,000. Kasi si business nagbigay ng cash kay Mr. Tyrone. Kasi nag-withdraw si Mr. Tyrone eh. Ano yung debit? 'Di ba sabi nga natin kanina, yung debit, siya yung explanation kung bakit tayo may credit. Bakit ba tayo nag-credit ng cash? Kasi nag-withdraw si Mr. Tyrone. So, ibig sabihin, ano yung magiging debit natin dito? Debit is Gutierrez drawing. Credit naman ay cash, 25,000. So, kung i-journal entry natin siya, ganito yung magiging entry natin. Ano? Yan. So, debit, Gutierrez drawing. 25,000. Tapos cash credit 25,000 pesos. Okay? Value received, parang wala namang tayong value received diyan 'di ba? Yung business. Pero meron 'yan, Meron 'yan, meron na receive 'yan kasi business 'to eh. Value parted with cash, asset, credit. Why did we pay cash? Because the owner withdraw from the business. Minsan kasi yung debit, siya yung explanation kung bakit tayo merong value parted with. Bakit ba ipinart na atin yung cash sa business? Kasi nagbigay tayo ng nag-withdraw si Mr. Gutierrez. Okay? So, ganun, So, debit, Gutierrez drawing, 25,000. Credit, cash, 25,000. Tama ba yung ginawa nating entry? Okay, cash. Ano yung element of financial statement ng cash? Asset po. Dito, anong nangyari sa cash? Nag-increase or nag-decrease? Nag-withdraw po yung owner. So, kung nag-withdraw yung owner ng cash, magdi-decrease yon yung cash. And according to the rules of debit and credit, if you want to decrease cash, kailangan natin siyang i-credit. Okay? Next, Gutierrez drawing. Yan, Gutierrez drawing. So, ano yung element of the financial statement dito? Drawing yan eh. 'Di ba? If we want to increase drawing, anong gagawin natin? If we want to increase drawing, yan. Yung drawing, 'di ba, yung normal balance niyan ay debit. So kung kailangan nating i-increase yung debit, kung kailangan i-increase natin yung drawing, kailangan i-debit natin siya kasi yun yung normal balance niya. Kaya correct, Gutierrez drawing is debit. Okay? Sige, next. I think this is the last, Paid salaries to employees for the month, 20,000. Ano yung value received mo dito? Kapag nagbayad ka sa employees, ano ba yung pinagbabayaran mo sa kanya? 'Di ba salaries? Ayan. Yung value received natin yung effort, yung service ng employees. Kaya kapag babayaran natin sila, ang tawag doon ay salaries expense. Kaya yung debit natin ay salaries expense. Yung na-receive natin, yung effort ng mga employees, pero yung ire-record natin is salaries expense. Ano naman yung value parted with or yung credit? Nagbayad tayo. Ano ba yung ibabayad natin sa employees? Di ba cash? So ibig sabihin, yung value parted with natin ay cash. So therefore, yung journal entry natin dito is debit, salaries expense, credit, cash in the amount of 20,000 pesos. So ito na siya. Salaries, expense, debit, 20,000, cash, credit, 20,000. Ayan. Again, value received. Ano yung value received? Salaries expense po yun. What does salaries expense represent? It represents the services of the employees. Ano yung value parted with? Cash. kaya credit siya. Okay? Tama yung journal entry natin. So, isa pa, paano pa natin mako-confirm? Salaries expense. Anong element ng financial statement yung salaries expense? Edi expense, kasi salaries expense siya eh. So, in this transaction, what happened to our expense? Increase or decrease? Nagbayad nga tayo, ibig sabihin, mag-i-increase yung expense natin, ano? Kasi nagbayad tayo ng salaries eh. So, increase yon. So, anong gagawin natin kapag gusto nating i-increase yung salaries expense? According to the rules of debit and credit, ano ang normal balance ng salaries expense? Debit. Kung gusto nating i-increase ang salaries expense, kung ano yung normal balance, yun yung gagawin natin. So, debit natin siya. Okay? Next. Cash. What element of financial statement? Diba? Asset yon. In this transaction, what happened to our cash? Since nagbayad tayo, magdi-decrease. Magdi-decrease yung cash natin. Okay? Nagbayad nga tayo eh. So kapag mag-decrease yung cash natin, anong gagawin natin sa records natin? Yan. So yung cash, asset yon, ano? Ano yung normal balance ng cash, ng asset? Debit. Kung gusto nating i-decrease yung asset natin, yung kabaliktaran ng normal balance. Ano? Yung normal balance kasi ng cash ay asset. Kung gusto mo siyang yung normal balance ng cash ay debit. Kaya kung gusto mo siyang i-decrease, yung kabaliktaran ng normal balance. Ano ba yung normal balance ng cash? Debit. So kapag gusto nating i-decrease, kailangan yung kabaliktaran. I-credit natin siya according to the rules of debit and credit. Okay? So ito na yung magiging summary of transactions natin. Ano? Yan. So transaction 1, meron tayong delivery equipment, cash, debit, credit, ano. Isa-summarize natin 'yan, ano. Summary. Okay? Sige. Yung exercises, ano, siguro next na lang itong video. Okay? Sige. Thank you so much, guys.